Hi everyone, my name is Max Potter and I'm going to talk about 5 unconventional habits that I am implementing in 2024. The first one is writing down my dreams. Many, including Freud and Jung, stated that dreams are the key to the unconscious mind. Andrew Huberman spoke to Rick Rubin recently about the prefrontal cortex, or what most know as the conscious mind, as being binded to outcomes. Rick responded that the unconscious, instinctual mind is where all the truly great ideas come from. It is in our unconscious mind that we find flow states, that we find our natural state of being, and we find answers to the problems that we are facing. It is in dreams that we are able to communicate with the unconscious mind. I hope to use and better understand my dreams as a way to better understand myself and propel myself forward more authentically. The second habit I hope to incorporate and further develop in 2024 is a new because I haven't heard much about it, meditation and mindfulness practice that alternates between journaling and meditation. I haven't seen this really promoted elsewhere, but I do it a lot and I think it's really solid. Developing a healthy relationship with oneself and one's mind is something I think everyone strives for. This is actually like a pretty big strength of mine. Through journaling and meditation, I have begun to develop the ability to recognize thoughts as they come, judge them and say, all right, is this a positive thought? Is this a negative thought? Is this something worth pursuing? Not just have things come up and have to deal with my thoughts. It allows me to kind of choose what rattles around in my head before it, reaches the plane of consciousness. The practice involves meditating or simply observing your thoughts, observing your mind, and then as thoughts start to pile up and you can't, let them go out of your mind, you write them down. So I use day one, I use a journaling app, and essentially I just write down everything that's in my head. I take a minute or two to do so, and then I go back to, observing my thoughts, back to just sitting quietly and just kind of being. And then I kind of just repeat this process as thoughts kind of overwhelm my mind. I just write them down, and I find this practice of writing the things in my mind down, it kind of is like a recycling method. It kind of gets them out of my head really well, surprisingly. So I think this process of meditation and journaling is something that, kind of a beginner meditator could really benefit from, and something that I really find a lot of value from. And I've done it before, but I want to incorporate it, more consistently in 2024. The anterior mid-Cingulate cortex is something that Andrew Huberman talked about in a podcast I recently listened to, and I found it really interesting. Essentially, it is a brain region that grows in accordance with the amount of difficult things that you do. Difficult being things that you say, I really don't want to do this, and then you actually do them. So there's a region of your brain that grows. It's like a willpower area in the brain that I think if I consciously identify things that I don't want to do, but that I know would be good for me to do, and then do them, the fact that there's a physical area of the brain that is responsible for that keeps track of that, and that grows in accordance with how much I do that, I think is the most, kind of unbelievable way to think about self-improvement and think about having more discipline over yourself. And that's something I really want to work on. In 2024, I want to judge myself in the most reasonable, compassionate, and instructive way possible. Nietzsche promoted and kind of outlined the idea of the will to power. The will to power is having discipline over yourself. It's kind of like what we talked about before. I want to talk about something a little bit more close to the will to morality. Basically setting up a moral framework, setting up, your kind of goals that you hope to live within, and then judging yourself in accordance of how well you live within those goals. Some things that I want to focus on are being kind, being full of life, being grateful, being creative, being experimentative, and being opportunistic, being a sponge, being observant, and taking advantage of opportunities as they come and making my own opportunities. Writing down these values, writing down these virtues that I hope to aspire to every day, keeping them top of mind, and then, judging myself based on how well I live in accordance with them. I think that's a really good metric for which I can judge myself, and something that I hope to more consciously, live within in 2024. My last goal for 2024 is to be prolific. For me, this looks like making a YouTube video every single day. I think that consistency is something that I've struggled with before, and being prolific is a goal that I admire in other people. So I think that this is a good way to frame what I want to do. I think it will help me be creative. I think it will help me, continue to work the intellectual muscle and create this prolific mindset of, self-expression and better understanding yourself and just creating. I want to be an artist. I want to be a creator. I want to be prolific. These are things I admire in other people. And, in 2024 and beyond, as I'm 21 right now, I want to be the person that I've always aspired to be. So I think being prolific is one of those things. And, I hope to continue that and build that in 2024. These are some of the unconventional habits that I hope to achieve and live within in 2024. If any of these sound interesting to you guys, please incorporate them into your own routine. If these are things that you guys already do, let me know. If there's other habits you guys are thinking about and interested in, please comment them. And if you've enjoyed the video, please share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And yeah, it'll give me some motivation to keep making these videos. Hope to have a great year. Hope you guys are all well, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.